My love, I write this letter as one slowly opens an old box kept at the back of a closet, not out of forgetfulness, but out of respect. There are feelings that time doesn't erase. It only transforms into something quieter, deeper, truer. You are exactly that to me. The living memory that never lost its color. The name my heart pronounces even when my lips choose silence. The song that continues playing when the rest of the world falls silent. Today, as the day ended and the light faded through the cracks in the window, I realized that there are things I never managed to tell you, not for lack of courage, but because I never found words big enough to contain everything you mean to me. Still, I need to try, because loving you has always been a natural movement, like breathing, like closing my eyes to feel better. Since you came into my life, something has changed in me forever, as if someone had lit a lamp in a dark hallway I didn't even know existed. You brought lightness to my heavy days, calm to my restless thoughts, and color to what was once only shadow. And the most beautiful thing is that you never asked for anything in return. You simply arrived with your delicate simplicity and showed me that love isn't a spectacle, it's a refuge. I always say, even without saying it, that you were, and continue to be, my favorite song. Not one of those loud, intense chord songs, but the soft, sweet music, the kind that enters the soul even before it touches the ears. The music that evokes a peaceful late afternoon, a warm coffee, a slow dance in the middle of the room. You always had that gentleness, as if each of your gestures was a calming melody, a whisper that embraces. I remember the way you looked at me, that firm but affectionate gaze, as if you saw something in me that I myself had never been able to see. And perhaps that was the greatest beauty of what we experienced. With you, I was a better version of myself. With you, even silence had meaning. Sometimes I think that true love isn't in grand words, nor in grand gestures. It's in the details, in the moments that almost go unnoticed. In the way you said my name, in the way you tucked your hair behind your ear, in the small smile that appeared when I said something silly. These small memories are the ones that visit me most when night falls, not with pain, but with a longing so beautiful it warms me. It's curious how life goes on, but certain feelings remain still, intact, as if they had been kept in a piece of eternity. And it's impossible to deny, you are, for me, an eternity that time couldn't touch. Perhaps you never fully understood the magnitude of my love, not for lack of demonstration, but because I, in my imperfect humanity, always thought I would have time. Time to say more, to do more, to be more present. But time is an impatient master, and when we realize it, it has already taken away opportunities we thought were eternal. Even so, there's one thing I need you to know. Nothing I felt and feel for you was fleeting. True love doesn't disappear, it transforms. It adapts to life, to distances, to changes. And what I feel for you has transformed, yes, but only into something even deeper, quieter, more full of peace. Like a river that flows inside without making a sound, but that never ceases to exist. If you could hear my heart now, you would hear a soft sound, not of sadness, not of regret, but of gratitude. Gratitude for everything we were, and perhaps even for what we couldn't be. Gratitude for the long conversations, the lingering hugs, the shared dreams, the fears confessed in a low voice. Gratitude for having loved me in your way, that unique way that always seemed a mixture of firmness and gentleness. My love, I know that life has taken us down paths we never imagined. I know that today we are two separate worlds, living different stories. But I want you to understand one thing. Existing far from you has never erased what I feel. It has only made me understand even more how much you have marked my soul. There are people who pass through our lives like the wind, quick, light, forgettable. But you You were a root. You were a tree. You were shade. You were home. And perhaps that's why this letter is so necessary. Because certain truths need to be said, even if late. Because there are words that cannot die within us. Because, even though destiny chose to separate our paths, my love for you never knew how to obey the rules of destiny. When I think of you, there is always light, never darkness. You brought me more sweetness than anyone else ever has. You brought me peace, and peace is a rare thing. You were the tenderness I thought I'd never have. It was the comfortable silence that few souls can share. It was the certainty that only true love knows. And that's why, even now, even after so much time, I still close my eyes and can feel you, not as a painful memory, but as a calming presence, like a soft perfume that the wind brings from time to time, just to remind me that something beautiful existed and exists. If life ever allows our paths to cross again, I promise I will smile. Not out of hope, not out of expectation, but out of respect, because you were, and always will be, one of the most beautiful parts of my story. But if we never meet again, if this is the last letter that destiny writes between us, I want you to take these words with you. I loved you. I loved you deeply, sincerely, completely. I loved you in silence. I loved you in distance. I loved you in waiting. I loved you the way true love loves, without demanding, without imprisoning, without asking for anything other than your happiness. And I still love you. In a different way, perhaps. In a more mature, calmer, quieter way. But I love you. And if there's anything in this life that will never change, it's this. You marked my soul. You were, are, and always will be the woman who taught my heart the meaning of the word eternity. Finally, and I say this with the purest sweetness within me, I wish that life is kind to you. May your days be light. May your dreams find their way. May you never forget how precious you are. And may you, even without knowing it, continue to be a light in the lives of those lucky enough to cross your path. I stay here, keeping everything we were and everything we couldn't be, keeping you in the most beautiful place that exists within me. With all the love my heart still knows how to feel, your eternal one.